Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brandon Montford. I am a senior at Concordia University of Chicago and I am currently studying computer science. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you one of my latest Android projects called the RehabApp. So basically, it's a health tracker for athletes. It's made to help trainers and doctors track recovery stats and give recommendations all from one dashboard. So in this video, we're going to go through the app from the ground up, look at the code, and check out the design decisions and see why it's structured the way that it is, starting with the entry point MainActivity. So this is the entry point of the app. It's the first thing you see when the app runs, like this. Here I call set content and I named it Spy Rehab App because that's how I get the full dashboard UI to pop up right away. The point of this design is to keep everything modular. Later we can add new tabs, swap athletes, or tweak the dashboard without touching the main activity, keeping it clean and simple. Next we're going to go to the core of the app in Spy Rehab App. So this is where most of the action happens. First thing, we hook up the Firebase Firestore. If you haven't heard of it, Firebase is basically a cloud database from Google where you can store data online and pull it anywhere. Here it stores athletes' IDs, body metrics, height, weight, and prioritized recovery areas. So when a doctor taps a button to select the athlete, like this, the app pulls their stats instantly, no refreshing, no waiting, everything updates live. And we're using a function called launchDefect to fetch athletes' IDs and track which one is selected, and the remember function to manage all the UI state. That way, switching athletes or tabs updates the interface immediately. These right here are what they're keeping track of. And this is the launch effect that we use to select the athletes' IDs. And then this is just the creation of the sidebar and the columns. And this is where we named it. And then this is how we made the headers for it. So next, we're going to be looking at the sidebar. So the sidebar has a smooth vertical gradient using brush vertical gradient right here. So it looks clean and modern. All the tabs, including profile, history, and tips, and athlete buttons are clickable. They tie directly to the state variables, so switching tabs or selecting athletes updates the UI in real time. Basically, the sidebar makes the app feel alive, so doctors or trainers don't have to wait. They can see those changes instantly. Next, the profile overview. Now, we're going to look at the profile tab right here. At the top, you'll see the player's ID. You see the player's ID, height, weight, and prioritized area. You immediately know what's important for that athlete. And below, each body part has its own emoji metric so that you know what score is correspondent to which one. When you tap a body part, like this, the analysis center at the bottom gives updates with a recommendation. That's powered by the get recommendation function. This reads the score and tells whether they're good, they need light recovery, or immediate rest. This design keeps everything interactive and intuitive. Next, I'm going to touch on the dynamics, the dynamic colors and feedback. This is one of my favorite touches because using the animated color as state function, the metric text changes based off of performance. So if you're green, that means you're 90% and above. If you're in the yellow, that means you're anywhere between 70 and 89%, which indicates that you're probably at a moderate strain. Then anything below 70 would mean that you're critical. So it animates live whenever numbers update. So the doctors or athletes don't even have to read the numbers. The colors instantly tell the story. Next, the History tab. This app filters all the metrics and only shows the body parts that have dropped below 100%. It's basically a snapshot of past problem areas so you can quickly see the trends without scrolling through irrelevant info. This tab allows you to separate from ProfileTab so that you can only see it when it clicks. Next, the TipsTab. These are for the recommendations. It sorts out all the body parts from weakest to strongest and gives recovery suggestions for each one, again using the same get recommendation logic. So this makes it easier for users to see what action to take next, whether that's rest, light recovery, or maintain routine. Next, we're going to be looking at the state and reactivity. So everything in the app is state driven with remember and launched effect functions. From switching athletes to changing tabs to updating metrics, the UI reacts instantly. And that's why I love Jetpack Compose, because it makes real-time responsive apps way easier than the old XML layouts. So to wrap this all up, the main activity is what sets up the content. The app is called Spy RehabApp and is going to pull from the Firebase data, and it's also going to handle the state and manage the dashboard. The sidebar is the navigation as well as the response system. Then you have the profile, history, and tips tab, which show you different aspects of the data itself, as well as the body metrics that are represented right here by different colors and actionable recommendations at the bottom. The whole point of the app is about turning raw recovery data into something easy to see, understand, and act on. So it's clean, reactive, and practical. So if you're into Android builds like this, you can hit the subscribe button and follow. And I've got more projects and more walkthroughs coming through. Thank you for joining me.